Hi, loves. Come on in. Today, I want to check in with you guys from January and February of my no buy challenge. So, kicking it off in January, it was a breeze. Y'all, it was so easy. I couldn't believe it. I was shook, totally shook, mind blown. I thought this was going to be the most difficult thing in the world. It was so easy to not shop in January. Of course, we're coming off of the holiday season. Our Christmas had wrapped up and the gift giving involved there. Of course, I indulged in some panic buying before the end of the year, knowing that my no buy would start. Is this normal? Has anybody else done this? Just felt like I really need to try this new travel size primer, whatever it was. So random things that I don't even normally shop for. I had to go ahead and get them because I knew come January 1st, the shopping was cut off. And I have some regrets. I do have some regrets about a couple of purchases that I made at the end of the year. I did return a couple of things, but I did indulge in some panic buying. Also, the Hub's birthday is in January. So I got to spend some time online shopping for gifts for his birthday. The packages kept rolling in really through mid-January. And then, of course, I'm back in this loop of I panic bought this thing at the end of the year because I knew I was starting my no buy on Jan 1. It arrives. I realize I no longer want this item. I definitely didn't need the item. And then I go through the return process. So it's this whole habit loop that I stay stuck in. And that kept me pretty busy for January. I also spent a lot more time on the budgeting app Rocket Money. I would check that every morning instead of scrolling Instagram, which has been a culprit in my compulsive shopping, I have to say. I am made for drop an emoji for the link sent straight to your messages. Hi, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. Yes, I was terrible about that. I don't want to give up my social media forever or, some favorite influencers that I like to follow, but I'm just not scrolling on there as much anymore. I find that I am much more aware of what's happening in our Rocket Money app, as well as hopping on YouTube and searching for no buy year. I want to see what other people are saying about why they are embarking on this challenge, what their rules are, what their exceptions are, their check-ins, how they're doing, if they've done one before, how it went for them. And that has taken up a lot of time that I used to spend just scrolling and shopping. I mean, let's face it, I would scroll Instagram and shop. That's what I would do. This is the behavior I'm trying to curb. So January just went swimmingly. And then came February. I was flailing in February pretty bad. I've never been one to be too big on Valentine's Day. I like maybe just a card. I'm really not big on flowers or gifts for Valentine's Day. I don't want to go out. Places are crowded. I've never been big on celebrating Valentine's Day. However, this year, the Hub's got a list. He sure did. He sure got a list of a couple of things that I wanted for Valentine's Day, which he always gets me a little something thoughtful. That's usually all we do for Valentine's Day is exchange a little something thoughtful. But this year, however, he did have more gifts for me than usual per my request. So I ended up with items coming in through that loophole. Oops, I found a loophole. And that happened. I'm sure I should be ashamed of that. I'm not. He wanted to give me gifts for Valentine's Day, and he was very happy that I picked them out for myself. And then, as usual, our little thoughtful gifts that we exchange with each other. So that kind of put me off the rails a little bit. I know that I can shop for gifts. I didn't really consider others giving me gifts. And should I ask, not receive gifts because I'm on a no buy? But if somebody else is buying it, it's kind of a tricky spot, right? I wasn't really sure how to navigate it, and I navigated it poorly. So not to say that I'll never accept a gift for my birthday or a holiday or something like that. But I took it to the extreme. I had him order me about 3 things on my list for Valentine's Day, and I did not feel bad about it. Moving forward, I will need to work on this, obviously. And once I was off the rails, I realized I don't have a coat that fits me very well. We've had a couple of snow days and times when we've been snowed in or iced in more so. In Hot Springs, Arkansas, we get iced in more than we get snowed in. And given how hot and humid our summers are, believe it or not, Arkansas gets some cold, snowy winters. I really did feel like this was a necessary item. I felt like it was a need over a want. I also felt like it fell into the health and wellness category, which I am allowed to spend money on this year. So I did end up purchasing a coat. I'm honestly still on the fence if I'm going to return it or not because I feel bad. I feel bad about it. I took on this challenge to not shop and not buy anything, especially clothes, especially anything wardrobe related this year. And I failed. One thing that I feel like is a positive that is coming out of this challenge so far, January was a breeze. I totally faltered in February. I realized a few short years ago between the Valentine's Day and the coat, I would have just given up completely. I would have said, you know what, Kristen, you ruined it. It's over. You failed. Quit the challenge altogether. However, the positive is now I was able to get up, dust myself off, and continue forward with the challenge. Knowing that just because I had a slip up, I don't have to fully give up. So I've recommitted to the No Buy challenge for March. And so far, so good. So that's a wrap on my January and February check-in. Please let me know in the comments how your no buy or low buy challenge has gone for you. If you're doing a year or a 30-day or a 6-month, I would love to know if you have experienced any of these obstacles that I have. Maybe you saw them coming, maybe you didn't. The gift giving obstacle I did not see coming. So yes, again, I will revisit and get more clear on my thoughts and mindset around that. But please do share. Let's hold each other accountable. That's the reason that I've started this channel, to hold myself accountable. I would love to cheer you on as we continue on this journey. And just remember, if you have a little slip up, it doesn't mean you have to fully give up. Hit that reset button, get back on track, keep going, give yourself some grace, be gentle with yourself. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe button before you go. It really means so much to me. And I appreciate you tuning in this long, and I hope your day is as fabulous as you are. Toodles.